Think back to when you were a kid. You didn't think about working out or pushing through cardio. You just moved. You ran across fields, climbed trees, and your body absorbed the impact effortlessly. Somewhere along the way, that natural resilience faded, and fitness became a source of frustration. For a lot of us, that frustration takes a very specific form. You put on a nice t-shirt, look in the mirror, and think you look pretty good. The clothes hide the reality. But when you take that shirt off, the shape disappears. There's no real muscle definition under your sleeves. You can easily grab a handful of fat around your waistline, and moving heavy boxes in the garage feels significantly harder than it should for your size. If this sounds familiar, take a breath. Your body isn't broken. You've simply fallen into a very specific physical category known as skinny fat, and standard fitness advice is going to lead you in the exact wrong direction. When we realize we feel out of shape, the first instinct is usually to panic. We declare an absolute war on our own bodies. Suddenly, carbs are the enemy, bread is banned, and we start punishing ourselves with hours of high-intensity, exhausting cardio. Starving yourself and running until you're destroyed triggers an immediate biological reaction. The extreme physical stress forces your body into survival mode. Look at this bar chart. Under severe stress, your body strips away the muscle tissue you already have. At the exact same time, it burns fat. You don't uncover a toned physique. You just shrink into a smaller, proportionally identical version of your starting body. The result of all that punishment is just a smaller frame. You force yourself to shrink into a weaker, equally soft version of your starting point. To fix this, you need a completely different approach. You have to build new muscle at the exact same time you're burning off stored fat, a dual process known as body recomposition. If you haven't been training properly, you actually have a massive advantage here. You are in the beginner's sweet spot. Your biology is highly responsive right now, making it relatively easy to trigger both processes simultaneously. This flowchart shows how the energy mechanics work. By eating right around your maintenance level, or at a very slight 15% caloric deficit, you give your body just enough food to sustain itself, forcing it to tap into stored fat for daily energy. While burning fat, a separate stream of daily protein routes directly into muscle construction, operating entirely independent of the fat-burning flow. Diet culture insists that getting enough of this protein requires a miserable existence of dry chicken breasts and steamed broccoli packed into plastic Tupperware. Fortunately, that isn't true. Proper nutrition for recomposition is incredibly simple. You make consistent tactical swaps throughout your day, grabbing Greek yogurt, scrambling a few eggs, or mixing a shake. You ensure your body has the materials it needs without suffering through flavorless meals. The same rule applies to your physical activity. You can replace brutal, exhausting cardio sessions with the simple habit of accumulating 7,000 to 10,000 steps a day. Steady walking is highly effective because it burns the necessary calories without spiking your hunger or wiping out your daily energy levels. It slips easily into a normal routine. To trigger the muscle building side of the equation, the only requirement in the gym is a concept called progressive overload. This graph illustrates exactly what progressive overload looks like. Every week, you challenge yourself to do a tiny bit more than last time, moving up one incremental stair step by adding a single extra rep or putting 5 more pounds on the bar. Transforming your body doesn't require grueling daily battles. It relies on these quiet, low-friction habits running consistently in the background of your life. Actual muscle construction happens away from the gym. It requires at least 7 hours of sleep, giving your hormones time to reset and weave those new muscle tissues together. As you start executing this plan, you will likely hit a frustrating milestone. You might look better in the mirror, but the bathroom scale won't move at all. This volume comparison shows exactly why that happens. Look at this small, tightly compacted cube of muscle sitting next to a much larger, expansive cloud of fat. Because muscle is highly dense, it takes up far less physical space. As you swap soft fat for solid muscle, your waist gets smaller and your shoulders get wider, even while the two materials balance out to weigh the exact same amount. During body recomposition, the bathroom scale is actively lying to you about your progress. You have to ignore it. Instead of stressing over a number, pay attention to the real signals. Notice how your shirts start fitting tighter across your shoulders and looser around your waist, and rely on weekly photos to track the actual visual changes. This is a slow, structural remodeling of your frame. Demand consistency, not perfection. Sticking to the plan just 80% of the time over a 6-month period will produce results that people actually notice. You didn't arrive at the skinny fat physique overnight, and you can't undo it overnight. But by patiently walking, resting, and feeding your body what it needs, you end the cycle of physical punishment. You slowly dismantle the soft exterior and quietly rebuild a leaner, truly resilient self.